broadcast live. And there'll be more broadcasts coming from both Oduduwa TV Radio and Citizen AY and all of their other platforms as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Please help us shortly. So 1 second, please. So it is harrowing. What I'm about to play you a video. But I wanted to just check first before. Good morning to you all. Good morning, and welcome to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. If you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY already on YouTube, please, we would like you to do that, because as I told you many times before, Facebook are no longer reliable. They're bringing the numbers down on a lot of levels, and so we are looking at making sure that we provide ourselves with the opportunity to be able to to have a platform that is functioning and working. If you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY already on YouTube, please go ahead and do so. Here's what you need to have to do so. Just put the link up so that we can go ahead and just subscribe to that. We're going to have a bit of a discussion, and I might talk about other things as well that will materialize as we talk, as we go on. But good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and the theme is this: we have to break it up. We must what? We must break it up. We have to what? We have to break up that contraption, and it is not going to be something that we will just stay there and just go and just sort of wait. It will require action from you and I to be able to break up that contraption. And the kind of action I mean is the one whereby we are going to awaken you psychologically. We're going to awaken you psychologically. 1 second, please. So delete that. 1 second. I'm just going to change something. So 1 second, please. We need to awaken you psychologically, because we've all been put to sleep. We have all been put to sleep. And that is the reality. We are all asleep because of what the conditioning that we've been put through by those who are intent on oppressing and suppressing us. So we need to break up that contraption. And what we need to do to break it up is to awaken our consciousness, our awareness to the lie that we've been told for years. We've been told that Nigeria will be better, Nigeria will be better, Nigeria will be better, it go better, it go better, it go better. We've been hearing that. Many of us have been hearing that. It go better, it go better, it go better. It has never gotten better. Yes, I sold it out. I know. Well, I know. I agree. So, those of you watching, if you're watching this broadcast, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY, please go ahead and do so now. I urge you to go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Very, very important. I'm going to play, I wasn't going to play this video because I'm going to come and talk about the topic we want to talk about. But I wanted to make sure you hear this. This is what happened in Lagos this morning. Now, let me bring it to you. Yesterday from what I had. And people are meant to be coming back. That's the information I've got. I was about to go live when that information came to me. And I want to share it with you. So, please, if you are watching this, now here we go. Listen to this now. It's coming now. Hopefully it will play. Listen.
Megida ní Ayọ̀bọ òun ni kíní yẹn ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn kidnapper, so àwọn ni wọ́n ti ń kidnap ń bẹ̀ láti bí ìjẹrin.
So this happened in Megida, Ayọ̀bọ, and apparently kidnappers have been kidnapping in that place for the last 4 days. It's not the news. Let's carry on.
Àwọn èèyàn tí wọ́n sọ wọ́n ti wá ń kìlọ̀ fún wọn pé kán má wá mọ́. So àwọn nínú àwọn tí wọ́n wá fẹ́ kidnap, wọ́n ní ìyá kan wà tó já sí pé ìyẹn sanra, wọ́n lè rí gbé fún fence. Ìyẹn ló jẹ́ kí àwọn ará àdúgbò mọ̀ pé Yorùbá wà nínú àwọn tí wọ́n kidnap, bẹ́ẹ̀ dẹ̀ ni Igbo náà wà ń bẹ̀. So
there are some kidnappers operating in Ayọ̀bọ.
Àwọn méjì tí a rí tí wọ́n pa kalẹ̀, àwọn bàbá méjì yẹn, nígbà tí àwọn kinní burúkú yẹn tún.
By the way, there are two gruesome pictures that I simply cannot show you. I may have to edit the pictures. I may show you the pictures as we are doing this discussion over the time. But there were two men that have been killed. Now, the kidnappers are just apparently all sorts of people who are doing this. Kidnapping is wrong, period. But this is allowed to happen because of the insecurity in contraption Nigeria. Let's listen on.
So àwọn bàbá méjì yẹn ni wọ́n dúró tí wọ́n pé wọ́n ní lọ, so pé wọ́n ní jẹ́ kí àwọn ò ní jẹ́ kí wọ́n ríyàn kidnap. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn bàbá yìí bóyá ká sọ pé àjẹsára wọn ò tó tàbí ká sọ pé ọlọ́jọ́ ti dé, so ìdí nìyẹn tí ó fi já sí pé bí wọ́n ṣe yìnbọn mọ́ àwọn bàbá ìbọn mú ọ torí AK-47 làwọn kidnapper yẹn ń gbé wá.
So the kidnappers are coming. They come there with AK-47. Are you listening? That's what the man is saying. I'm translating for those of you who are not speaking, who don't speak Yoruba. Let's listen on.
Kidnapper ló pa wọ́n.
Kidnappers killed them. Now those men apparently they're meant to be local, people that got native medicines that they're using in protecting themselves. But unfortunately, they didn't work on this occasion. We don't know the ins and outs, but that's what they're saying. But let's go. This happened in Ayobo in Lagos. In Lagos.
Ọba Olódùmarè kó dákun kó tí wọ́n máa fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ gbogbo wa. Ẹ má jẹ́ ká sun àsùn péye ká má sun àsùn díjú. Ọlọ́run máa fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ wa. Ẹ dẹ̀ má jẹ́ kí a ti torí pé bóyá a ti gba ẹ̀sìn ká sọ wípé àjẹsára báwo.
So again, he's talking about, look, we need to use all means. This is not about just praying. We need to take collective action. If you have to use our local stuff, do so. And I agree with him. Now, it's about our lives. Our very lives are under threat. Listen on.
Ọlọ́run ni ọba tó ń fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ yàn. Ṣùgbọ́n Yorùbá ti parí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn ní Ògún ló ní ọjọ́ kan pọ́njú, orí ẹni ló ní ọjọ́ gbogbo. Ọjọ́ ọ̀pọ̀njú náà tí ò bá wá sóògùn kí là bá mọ wí. So fún de yìí ni pé ẹ jẹ́ ká gbìyànjú ká tọ́jú ara wa. Àjẹsára kì í ṣe wọ o. Ẹ jẹ́ tọ́jú ara wa, Ọlọ́run máa fi ṣọ́ ẹ̀ṣọ́ gbogbo wa o. Megida Láyọ̀bọ̀ ló ti ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn kidnappers dẹ̀ ni.
This happened in Megida Láyọ̀bọ̀ and his kidnappers.
Kódà gẹ́gẹ́ bí mo ṣe gbọ́ nínú information, wọ́n ní àwọn kidnapper yẹn tó ń fi ohùn lẹ̀ pé àwọn tó ń bọ̀ láago 12 ọ̀sán òní.
Apparently they are coming back to Megida Ayobo around about 12 o'clock this afternoon, which is about now, round about now.
So ní tí mo dẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ jẹ́ ọjọ́ kẹrin oṣù kẹrin ọdún 2022.
The 4th day of the 4th. So that was on the 4th. So anyway, so this is what we are faced with in your contract from Nigeria. That is exactly what we're faced with. I'm going to show you another video quickly. Again, let me show you another video that came to hand that is worth looking at. Let's look at this video here. Look at this. Then we can talk about it a little bit. So let me just see that video. I want to give you a bit of background into that video as well. So that is 2 men killed already, in Megida Ayobo in Lagos. No security. Break it up. What? We must break it up. Now, 1 second. Let me just get you that information. Okay, where is it now? I'm just going to get you that information. I want to make sure you have the right information to get regarding this. So now, okay. So this is Abuja Kaduna Road. I think it's a few days ago. But watch. Let me see if that will work. Abuja Kaduna Road.
Everybody calm down. Know what you are doing. Don't panic.
See?
Don't panic. Open fire.
You see?
Yes. Don't you water.
Abuja Kaduna Road. You see? And they're telling you to believe in one Nigeria, right? They're telling you to pray for one Nigeria, right? This is happening in your one Nigeria. Let's start from beginning again. Watch this. Watch.
Hey, kowa yana sudu Allah. Barikice ake fada ba. Everybody calm down. Know what you are doing. Don't panic. Don't panic. Open fire.
See?
Yes. Don't you water. Don't you water. Malamai, hey, wasu su je kasa ramuka na akwai rami anan. Akwai ramuka nan, wasu su je baki rami nan. Kada su yi crawling, wasu je baki rami. Malam, baba, wasu je baki rami nan.
Please continue
ana magana ana ganna.
Subscribe to CCAY on YouTube. Thank you.
Da su ya gangarwa ta ciki zo sai zo.
Tell me we're not in a war situation, no. Please somebody come and tell me this is not a war situation. That is what we're faced with. Let's carry on.
mu je zuwa mazaje Allah ya kare Allah ya ba mu sa'a Allah muna roƙon sa'a wajen ka Allah Allah ba mu sa'a je zuwa.
Subscribe to us on YouTube, please. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. The support.
Je zuwa Jerry man, hey rely on natural cover. Find out a cover, not be motor. You are exposing yourself on the coltap. Look for a natural cover. Why are you relying on this motor? Kai, hey, Oga Alpha, listen to me. Look for a natural cover. Look for a natural cover. You are standing on this motor. It's very dangerous. When they aim the motor, all the men will meet you. Look for a natural cover.
Abuja, Kaduna, Abuja Expressway. They are in a gunfight. And they are telling you to believe in one Nigeria. That's your one Nigeria. Oh. That's your one Nigeria.
Yes. Allah maka albarka. Allah sama tanka taifiyan biyu. Allah sama tanka taifiyan biyu. Dari yanzu kuna magana kuna wasa. Yagi ya kawo mu fa Allah. Allah ka ba mu sa. Mu je zuwa. Ba gudu ba ja da bayawa mu je. Wow, mu je zuwa.
See that?
Yes. Yes.
See that?
Menene fado anan? Sune suka harbo bom. Ba damuwa mu je zuwa. Move. Bayana.
RPG ne suka harbo.
Forget about RPG.
You see?
Move. Yes.
You see? That's in your one Nigeria.
Don't pin down one place. Don't pin down one place. Move cover to cover. Move cover to cover.
You see?
Ogasa. There is a people inside this thing. Inside this house. This tank. Oga tank.
So, I'm just bringing that to your attention. So thank you to fellow that was on there, and I'm showing it to you so that you're aware. Look, you still believe in one Nigeria, right? After this, do you still believe in one Nigeria? I hope you are not, too. I hope you're no longer believing in one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a fraud. It's a fraud. It's a fraud. And we need to wake up. And the job of what those of us on media are doing is to wake up our people. We've been lulled to sleep. We have been lulled to sleep. You understand? We have literally been lulled to sleep by this falsehood. So, good afternoon to you all. Good afternoon. You're watching Citizen AY on YouTube. Please go ahead and subscribe to us. We need your support on YouTube. We desperately need your support to keep that going. And those of you on the Duba TV Radio, good afternoon to you all. Welcome on board. Help us share this broadcast as well. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We do not trust. We no longer trust anything that Facebook tells us now. So we cannot rely on Facebook. We need you to help us. Now, that video, I'll probably show it again, just to make sure you understand. Now, incidentally, you will see a picture behind me. That picture is there. That is people running. Good afternoon, Olutegun. Good afternoon to you, my brother. Good afternoon to you. So, and if you're those of you watching, if you haven't subscribed to Citizen AY on YouTube, please go ahead and do so now. Click on the red button, subscribe. Here's how you go ahead and do that. Let's make sure we get this right. 1 second. I want to make sure. No, not that one. Here we go. Now, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Click on the red button and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. You'll be doing us a great favor. We can't trust or rely on Facebook anymore. And also, I want to, at this point, I will be doing some broadcasts. We're going to try and get people to join us also on Yoruap. I should be in touch with the organizer of Yoruap and have a broadcast with him soon, whereby we can actually bring him on here, because we need to actually have all the platforms open. And I will be organizing that and come back. We'll do probably a live broadcast with him as well, because we need to have as many platforms as possible to get our information out there. Now let's please, if you're watching, good afternoon, Oluwasegun Opeyemi. Good afternoon to you. Those of you, if I don't mention your names, please, it's not because I don't want to. It's just that there's a lot of platforms I'm going through, and sometimes I cannot see all of them at the same time. But I welcome each and every one of you coming on board and watching our broadcast. And I want to thank you especially for taking the time to listen to what our information, and I'm hoping that it's of use to you and you can share it. Don't keep it to yourself. That's one thing we'd ask you to do. Please, all we ask you to do is to share the broadcast. Share it. Good afternoon, Bolaji Ajiborisha. Good afternoon, Alaji Ajayamati Morana Falani, Oluwatoyin Moneke, Bolaji, and all of you. Good afternoon to you all. Please subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Just again, to give you a little indication, here's what we need to do. Oh, okay. It's a bit of a technical glitch there, but it'll come back. Hopefully, we'll bring it back. So anyway, we did press the button earlier on. I just want to make sure it clears up. Can you hear me? Okay. So just go ahead and subscribe, like I said, and that will be very much appreciated. So let me just make sure. There we go. So subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your help in growing the platform. Facebook, as you can see, we have 122,000 followers, only 53 are watching. Something is seriously wrong. We're not going to wait for them to tell us or decide our future. We will take our future in our hands, and we will take our destiny in our own hands and begin to make adjustments to it. So Facebook can do whatever they want. What we want is for you to help us build the platform on YouTube. Help us grow Citizen AY. It's a very important. We give you important information. As you all know, Citizen AY is a platform where we speak truth to power. We endeavor to do our research and to give you as clear and as honest information as possible. So please don't forget, go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Now, what I'd like to touch on later on and touch on now is to now go into the main topic as well. Although I've showed you the pictures. I mean, in a nation, they tell you to believe one Nigeria, and army are on the expressway. The army should be on the borders, not in the country. It's a failed nation. Failed nation. Now let's carry on and watch this now. So listen to this guy here. Listen to him. Food prices. The topic says food prices. Yeah. The main issue that we have is the food prices have gone through the roof. Now, and they are telling you to believe in one Nigeria. Here's the consequence of that your belief in one Nigeria. Listen to this. Now let's go and listen.
This video might be the reason why a lot of people dislike the Nigerian president.
This penta of Gary was 200 naira before, but presently it's been sold at 900 naira. This groundnut oil was sold at 500 naira before, but presently it's been sold at 2,000 naira.
You see now?
This egg was sold at 20 naira before, but currently it's sold at 80 naira. Now imagine how much would be the crate of an egg. This super bag noodles was sold at 60 naira before, but presently it's sold at 150 naira. And a carton of this before goes for 2,000 naira, but right now a carton of super bag noodles goes for 5,200 naira.
Before na 200 naira, now don't turn to 450 now. People they complain they say too cost, too small now. Before now they see money now. No, before I say one, I go suffer. Before I say one.
See, this cup of beans was sold at 35 naira before, but presently a cup of beans goes for 120 naira. This cup of rice was sold for 40 naira before, but at the moment a cup of rice now goes for 130 naira.
Formerly, this size of fish we used to sell it at the rate of 400, 450, but now the way things is getting costly, it's getting out of hand. Now we are not selling this size 1,000 naira, and people cannot buy it because it's very costly. And that time that we used to sell it 400, 450, we used to buy it in the Korum, like let's say 8,000. But now we are not buying it 23,000 for a carton. And in the carton, it's not less than, let's say, 22 pieces inside the carton. If we sell it less than 1,000 naira, we that is selling it, we run at loss. We are getting tired of it. We don't know what to do. Please, you people should come to our help.
You see, this cup of melon was sold at 80 naira before now, but presently a cup of melon goes for 350 naira. This cup of tomatoes before now was sold for 400 naira, but presently this cup of tomatoes now goes for 1,000 naira. Before now, this size of a tube of yam was sold from 150 naira to 200 naira, but presently
that's a one Nigeria.
Naira. These two small tomatoes were sold for 50 naira before now, but presently both of them goes for 200 naira.
You see?
A bag of water that used to be 70 naira before.
See now?
Today, one sachet is 30 naira.
You see?
And one bag is 350
That's
naira.
a one Nigeria.
Can anybody survive with this kind of change? From 70 naira to 350 naira. That is too much.
We are now borrowing loans so that we can be able to meet up in our market. And after borrowing the loan now, we are not still meeting up. And our children are in the school, but they cannot wait where they are. They will be complaining that this is very costly. When we give them money to go to school, before a week time, they will be asking for another money. That what we gave to them is not enough because the waiting is costly in the market. Government should please, they should see to it because we are getting tired. Most especially me. All the money that I borrowed, they have all finished. I'm still looking for another one to borrow. They should please come and help us out.
Before now, a tin of peak milk was sold at 80 naira, but presently, a tin of peak milk is now 300 naira.
You can't even inside with bread these days again because there's no oil inside anymore.
See?
They no longer put oil, they put water now. A lot of things has changed. The society is now becoming very hostile for us to survive.
This brown soap was sold at 120 naira before now, but at the moment, this brown soap is sold at 400 naira.
Before, I used to go to market with 10,000 naira to buy what I will cook, and at least I will be happy. But today now, even 27,000 naira is not enough. If I buy something of 27 naira, it will be remaining 220 naira for transportation back home. We are supposed to go with 50 naira and paying 200 naira. My brother, the country is too bad. Sometimes I will sell food for people, they will be insulting me. I will come to buy, they will be insulting me. How will it be? You people should help us. The problem why I'm trying to complain is that the government are not helping us. You can imagine whereby someone will be buying something or pricing something from a seller and the seller will be insulting that person. Look as I am now, if who I want to buy something for insult me and I start fighting in the market, what will people say? They will start to, as in, want to take me to station. One day I will keep person in this market because of the way things is cost.
You see?
You people should find how to amend it because of me. I don't get joy with the way they insult me.
This could be the reason why majority of Nigerians don't like their president. He doesn't communicate personally with his citizens. The society is becoming more hostile. People can...
On this point, this is even beyond the president. Let me state this. This is the system itself. This is about the constitution. This is about the fraudulent constitution that has been imposed on us. That has meant people, women, look at people running behind me. They are running away from danger. They are not safe in their homes, in the streets, in the road, in the farms, anywhere in air, they're not safe. On the roads, they're not safe. In the sea, they're not safe. In the bushes, they're not safe. That is a one Nigeria. So this goes beyond Buhari. This is now beyond Buhari. This is now about the entire system. The fraudulent constitution must be brought down. We are going for referendum now. Let's carry on and watch this.
Cannot even survive anymore. Nothing has changed about their income. Look at them. How are these people surviving? It is only God in heaven that knows how these people are able to survive. Before now, I used to buy sardine for 70 naira. Sardine is now 800 naira. What has changed about my income? Nothing. How are people surviving? It is in times like this that the president needs to come close to his citizens. Let them hear from him. Even if Mr. President has experts that are working behind the scenes
beyond Mr. President
to manipulate policies or implement policies that will make the economy stable again, Mr. President has to say something.
No, he's not going to forget it. He's not.
He's enough to understand the concept of.
My brother, I feel your pain, but let me explain something. Mr. President is not listening to you. If it is not Ruga, your president will not listen. Let me say that again. If it is not Ruga, if it is not about Ruga, your president is not going to listen. You better hear that one from me. Because you see, if you think that you are going to beg and say, this and that, their agenda is to come and take your land. My brother, you that are speaking, I appreciate that you shared, you spoke on the video and you're the one sharing it, giving us this information. Great. But here's another information that you need to have, and others. There is no point in speaking to these people about alleviating the suffering. They will not, because their own intention, all they are interested in is to make sure that you, if you're a southerner, if the indigenous people are suffering, that is their plan. They are killing indigenous people and bringing in Fulani from outside. They are using the money from our land to pay for Fulani terrorists to come and kill us in our land. That is the reality. So please, my brother, that is the only thing I will say that is that I would only point out. But you're doing a fantastic job in bringing this to our attention, and I'm grateful that you brought this information so that I can share it on Citizen AY to raise the level of awareness. That is what I will say. But let's listen on.
Economists, because all we keep seeing every day is that the prices of commodities, they just keep increasing every single day, and nobody knows if this situation is going to get better. This could just be the reason why a lot of Nigerians don't like the president. He doesn't have any close relationship with its citizens.
Yeah, the cost of things these days is very high. A lot of people are complaining, especially the poor. No work, no source of income.
That's your one Nigeria. Those of you speaking one Nigeria, that is your one Nigeria.
I believe that government should consign these things.
Our market.
Everything is very expensive.
Sorry, I don't mean to be. We need to be very, very brutal with ourselves. Break it up.
A lot of people are.
Break it up.
A lot of things happening.
Referendum now.
Trying to give up because of the way the things are very costly. So government should help us.
They're not going to help you, I'm afraid. Don't hold your breath. Now, I want to play you quickly another video that I want you to hear. Listen to this man here. Listen to him. And this will tell you that it is time to break it up. Listen to what he has to say here. Listen.
Suffer for this country well. They don't tell me now to 60 years. As you don't see me so, I dey pursue 40. They don't tell me to 60. And they bad for this country. So tell them if they bad again. Let's see again. So say I get goat, baby. They tell you my to goat. I suffer for this time. Suffer for this country well. They don't tell me now to 60 years. As you don't see me so, I dey pursue 40. They don't tell me to 60. And they bad for this country. So tell them if they bad again. Let's see again. So say I get goat, baby. They tell you my to goat. I suffer for this time.
So, what am I saying? What are we saying to you? We are every indication that you can put forward. That is the reality is what you saw. And that, look, I'm going to play you that video again. I want you to see the video of the attack. To see on Abuja, Kaduna Road, a few days ago, and that is, and you call that a nation. Let's play it again for those who are coming and joining us now. And I'll go to the next one.
Hey, kowa yana sudu Allah, barikice ake fada ba. Everybody calm down. Know what you are doing. Don't panic. Don't panic. Open fire. Yes. Sunchi water. Sunchi water. Open fire for that Malamai, hey, wasu su je kasa ramuka na akwai rami anan. Akwai ramuka nan, wasu su je baki rami nan. Kada su yi crawling, wasu je baki rami. Malam, baba, wasu je baki rami nan. Ina magana ana ganna. Za su iya gangarwa ta ciki zo sai zo. Muje zuwa mazaje, Allah ya kare, Allah ya ba mu sa'a. Allah muna roƙon sa'a wajen kai Allah, Allah ba mu sa'a. Ya zuwa.
That's your one Nigeria that they tell you to support.
Ya zuwa. Jerryman, hey, rely on natural cover. Find out a cover, not be motor. You are exposing yourself on the contact. Look for a natural cover. Why are you relying on this motor? Kai, hey, Oga Alpha, listen to me. Look for a natural cover. Look for natural cover. You are standing on this motor, it's very dangerous. When they aim the motor, all the men will meet you. Look for a natural cover.
Yes, so
yes.
See?
Allah maka albarka. Allah sama tanka tafiyan biyu. Allah sama tanka tafiyan biyu.
So this broadcast is going to be
yanzu kuna magana kuna wasa. Yagi ya kawo mu fa Allah. Allah ka ba mu sa. Mu je zuwa. Ba gudu ba ja da baya mu je. Wow, mu je zuwa.
See that?
Yes. Yes. Menene fado anan? Sune suka harbo bom. Ba damuwa mu je zuwa. Move. Bayana. RPG ne suka harbo. Forget about RPG.
Forget about
Move. Yes. Don't pin down one place. Don't pin down one place. Move cover to cover. Move cover to cover. Ogasa. There is a people inside this thing. Inside this house. This tank. Tank.
So, there you have it. So, we are bringing this all to your attention to make us all aware that there is serious danger. There is absolutely, this is not a joke. Anybody
you can't go to Kaduna.
It is not a joke. I'm going to play you something you will hear shortly. But before I do that, I want to also take this point to actually impress upon you the need for you to help us in building this platform. It's very, very important. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. It really, we really need your support in doing that. It is very, very important. 1 second, please. Sorry, let me just get that done. So you will see that come up in a minute as well. But all of this is to raise the level of it. As you see the video behind me, as you see that video, just think, this is in the one Nigeria they're talking about. People are running from their homes in Maiduguri, in Kaduna, to go and sit, to hide in the bushes. And even in the bushes, they're not safe. That's one Nigeria. And that is why we're talking about the need for us to break it up. Join us. Don't be silent, Don't be silent. Please don't be silent. Say, here's what we want you to do for us. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Please, we'd really appreciate that. Let me just do that one more time. So here we go. Go ahead. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. That would really help. We need to build a platform. And for those of you that's already subscribed to us on YouTube, we're grateful for your support. Now, what we'd like you to do finally also is to go ahead and to also, one thing I'd like you to do for us is to
can't go to Kaduna
to go and click on, once you hit subscription button, click on notification button and give us a thumbs up. It's really, really important. Those three things are very important to be able to grow the platform. And thank you for watching us. Now, speaking on the same thing about Kaduna, and you saw the gunshot and everything. Here's Pastor Adeboye. Apparently, he's now seeing what we are seeing. That's good. That's good. He's now seeing it. But we have been saying it before. Many of you would have heard me on this platform saying that that this government, they are corrupt, that they're thieves, that they're looting from us. And we've said, we have been asking him, I'll actually give him this. I've been saying it is time to start hearing our pastors and imam speaking about this from their pulpit. And presto, it seems like they are listening. That doesn't mean that they're with us. Don't get it wrong. That doesn't mean that they're with us. It doesn't mean that they're with us. Please be very clear. But they are speaking truth. It doesn't mean that they're standing with us at all. No, they are not standing with us at all. They are still looking at their own interest. But it is coming to the point whereby all the places where that they can get to eat, all those things from those in government, it's not being allowed. I don't know what they're doing with it. But all I know is that yes, they are seeing it. Now they are saying it. So you will hear. There's 2 videos I'm going to play, and we will talk about it. So I'm going to do it back to back. But I just wanted us to, whilst we let me get this here. Now listen to his words. He touched on Kaduna, and you saw what happened in Kaduna Abuja Expressway. You saw that it's a war zone. Now listen to this.
You can't go to Kaduna by road. You can't go to Kaduna by air. You can't go to Kaduna.
Let me do that again. Sorry about that. It was just here. Here we go.
You can't go to Kaduna by road. You can't go to Kaduna by air. You can't go to Kaduna by train. Question number 1, why Kaduna? Question number 2, who is trying to isolate Kaduna? Question number 3, why? Question number 4, after Kaduna, which next? More than 80% of all the oil we are producing is being stolen. And nobody has denied it. It came from the government. Number 1, who is the one stealing the oil? Number 2, where is the money going to? 80% of what should have been the income of a nation is going to the hand of some people. What?
Let me play that bit again in case you didn't hear it. Let's go back.
It came from the government. Number 1, who is the one stealing the oil? Number 2, where is the money going to? 80% of what should have been the income of a nation is going to the hand of some people. What do they want to do with the money? Who are the foreign nations buying this stolen oil? How many of these nations of the world are your friends? More than 90% of our income from the leftover of the oil that was stolen. We are using it to pay the interest of the money we have already borrowed. And then it is news. I'm sure you listen to the news. We are borrowing more. Meaning what? According to a friend of mine, we are moving steadily to bankruptcy. If that God does not intervene, your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren will still be paying debt.
So, you see now, we've been saying this for a while, but when we say it, they say, citizen AY is just rumor. It's just spreading rumor. It's not true. It's not this. It's not that. It's too that. It's too much. Your own self too much. Which one be your own? Now your country. Now Papa get the country. I beg that your own too much. I beg come out. I beg this. This. That. You they hear them now. When they hear them with your own. They are saying it. I've been asking for them. I and others. We've been asking for them to say this on the pulpit, to come out and tell us what is going on and actually join us so that the people can actually know that this is what's happening. And now, it is now that they are saying it. I've been saying this for months. Mayoko has been saying it. Yomiko Ike has been saying it. Erelu, Kosana Yoruba, Ade Thomas. We've all been saying this. That those pastors, those imams, they need to speak up for the people that they are supposed to be their flock. And it looks like they are doing it now. But that doesn't mean that we believe everything they're saying, That doesn't mean that we're now, that everything is all, It doesn't mean that, So, now, so you can hear him. Now, let us hear another imam. And this one promptly got sacked. He got sacked for speaking the truth. That is your one Nigeria. Sorry, imam. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Where last more? Where last more? Where last more? I mean, no make sense. Where last more? Quanta don't enter matter. I beg, no make sense. I beg. I don't say this knob is nothing matter, but sometimes man must smile small. I beg. So, with that said, okay, no, I'll stop now. I'm gonna let's put the game face back on. Okay, now I want you to hear Nuru something of Abuja Imam speaking truthful, and he was promptly sacked because they don't like the fact that he exposed. So now I've shown you a Christian man talking about this the so-called Christian Geo. Now he's now seen the light that we've all seen. Every one of us have been seeing, and you know how we see the light. The light, when I say the light, I mean the suffering. The suffering that everybody has been suffering this day. It is now that it's ding, I have seen the light. People are suffering that light every day, but they didn't see it. And that is what we're saying. Now let us now look at this imam. So now let us listen to the imam. Where the imam? So I beg no vex. So here. Now listen to what he says. So listen to this.
Today we are going to look at the relationship between Ramadan and dua.
1 second.
Supplication.
1 second.
This is very important at a time when Nigeria is facing a very serious challenge.
I beg 1 minute. Let me just take it from the top.
Everything is not working well. Society.
1 minute. Oh. Now you can do it. Now.
Society. Today we are going to look at the relationship between Ramadan and dua, supplication. This is very important at a time when Nigeria is facing a very serious challenge. Everything is not working well. People are dying. Our roads are not secured. Most of the parts of the country is not secured.
You see?
And the government is always telling us what we don't understand, that they are doing their best. And we deserve more than that their best. That is what I always say. Yes, you said you are doing your best, but we as citizens are saying that we deserve more than that your best.
You see,
because we want a secured Nigeria.
No,
and
Imam, time out. we, that is the indigenous people, the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Middle Belters, we don't want one Nigeria. Let us be very clear. We want to break it up. And that is what must happen, because the constitution is a fraud. Imam, pastors, I hope you are hearing us well. It has to be broken up. The only thing we want is a referendum to decide whether we are going or saying. That is it. That is it. We don't want to be part of one Nigeria. One Nigeria is a fraud, and you are suffering it now. Let's listen.
Your concern is all about 2023 election.
See,
and what I'm advising the citizens to do.
He's right there. Oh. There. I want you to listen to that word there. Oh. Listen. Oh. Listen, I have been saying this. I said they're only interested in 2023 elections. I've been saying this for weeks, months. I've been saying that their only focus has been the 2023 elections. Isn't it interesting that now that this thing is now coming close to the imams and the daddy geos, they are now realizing that what we have been saying for months, that they are only interested in elections, and that they're looting the money. They have been looting, the governance and the politicians have been looting the money of the nation. And now you hear them say it. You hear them say it. Let us listen on.
And what you are now telling us, that your concern is all about 2023 election.
You see? And please, at this point, their concern is about the 2023 elections. That is not in your interest too. It is only in their interest. The only way you can secure your own interest as Yorubas, as Igbos, as Middle Belt, is to break up contractual Nigeria, because the constitution is a fraud. The constitution remains a fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you are listening well. Oh. The Imam is telling you that they are only interested in 2022 elections. And that tells you, they will tell you to vote. When they finish voting, your vote, if you vote in the elections, you are telling them it is okay for them to continue to oppress and suppress you in your own land. Let me say that again slowly. If you go and vote in 2023 elections, you are telling them that it's okay for them to continue to oppress and suppress you and take your land and kill your people in your own land and make it a Fulanized nation. So, my suggestion is to not vote. Forget PVC. Your focus right now. In fact, are you alive? People are dying every day, and that is why we're saying it. The only thing that must happen now is a referendum. The only thing that must happen now is a referendum. Now, let us listen on.
What I'm advising the citizens to do is to send a message that yes, we are going to vote in 2023.
No, we're not going to vote. We're not going to vote. We are not. The message should be, and I'm challenging it. I'm sorry, I'm stopped. And we have to challenge this. The message is this: we want a referendum. Let me see if I can put it large, and I want this message to really hit home, because this is such a magnitude of such magnitude that to leave it in the hands of these people is to we cannot do that. You know, what we want is a referendum, because the fraudulent constitution is being used to oppress and suppress us. So we are saying break it up. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon. That is not a replay. This is live you're watching. Sorry, I don't know. I forgot to switch that off. 1 second, please. It is not a replay, of course. Sorry, I just didn't see that there. 1 second. I'll take that off right now. It isn't a replay. It is, you're watching us live. You're watching Citizen AY live right now. Sometimes when you're doing things, you can't necessarily see it. So that's what I'm trying to change now. 1 second, please. Let me just change. I need to just stop that, because it's giving you a false information there, which is not true. Okay, now good, done that. So sorry about that. I just didn't see it in time. So I hope you're seeing the information that we're doing, showing you. At the same time, let me just do this again. Please subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. So let me just do that again. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Click the red button. We really would appreciate you doing that. Thank you. Go ahead and subscribe. So now, let's take that down. So that's that for now. Now let's go back to the main topic again, just to show you. Now, so please, we are not interested in condition for elections. We're not. That is their own they say, and that is why I'm saying that there are some truths in what they're saying. They're saying to us, they put a condition to vote in the next election. We want to break. That is why, not everything they're saying. They're saying some truth, but they're mixing it with what they want, the goal that they want. And our goal is to separate. That's why we say break it up. Break it up. Now let's carry on.
But under condition that there must be security in Nigeria.
You see?
No.
We don't want. No. We're not interested in condition. We want to break it up. Finish. Oto. We just want to break it up. We want to go. We are no longer prepared to be slaves in our own land. No, thank you. We don't want to be slaves in our own land. So please, that nonsense. Don't go for that. Please do not fall for that. It's a trick. I'm telling you now. It's a trick. It's a trick. Do not fall for that trick. Telling us, oh yeah, vote for this, this, and it's a trick. We say no. We say a loud no. We don't want Nigeria. We want a referendum. A referendum to break it apart. That is what we are only interested in, nothing else. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not forget to go and subscribe to us on YouTube. We don't want you watching. It's very, very important. We need your support. Continue to share this broadcast, and even though you may watch it after, or you just say it to people and they can watch after as well, not a problem. What we need to do is to bring this information to yourselves, because it's very important. What is going on right now is nothing short of genocide going on in country Nigeria, and we need to put all our efforts together to make sure that we put a stop to it. This is injustice. It's totally unfair, and that's why we are standing here and coming out and telling you all, please, we urge you, do not support one Nigeria. Instead, it is time to break it up. And how do you break it up? By going for a referendum. I'm going to show you what a referendum looks like. I might actually do something about that. Let me see if I can bring that to you. 1 second. Let me see if I can actually just get that to you too, so you can see what it looks like. It's very important. And it is something that we should insist that happens. It is something that we should insist that happens. So we're not prepared to listen to anybody giving us another yarn. Vote in the election. No, you're not. Our vote does not count. It does not count. It matters not one jot to these people. They are only there to come and oppress and suppress you. And it is up to you and I to reject it. We say no more. We don't want any more of this. We reject it. So please, Anybody telling you, give the government a condition. No. And that's why I'm telling you there are some truth in what they're saying. Yeah, the truth is this. The government of the day are only interested in 2023 elections. Just like this imam is interested in 2023 elections. The lie is that, oh, okay, if you fix it now, make you say fourth, then you can vote. We want to break up. They may wish to keep one Nigeria, but we, the ones suffering, the indigenous people, it is time to shine our eye. Make una shine una eye. Make we come out. May we come out from that contraption. We need to break it up. And that is what the message is here. So I want to really make sure that we, we speak about this, and make sure we do not allow those who have been lying to us for so long to continue to blind us to the reality of what we are faced with. So I'm urging you, do not support or vote in 2023. Instead, let's put our efforts to demand a referendum. Now
we are not going out to vote anything.
You see, that's now.
If that's the only language you understand, we're gonna speak it.
That's it. You hear that? And that was why he was sacked too. That was why he was sacked. Listen to the words there. Listen to it. Listen.
Not going out to vote anything.
Let's play it again.
That yes, we are going to vote in 2023.
No,
but under condition that there must be security in Nigeria.
There is period. So now you see that's another truth. They now admit that there is no security in Nigeria. You are hearing it from an imam, you're hearing it from a pastor, and we have been saying this for months that there is no security in Nigeria. Now you are hearing it proper. Now you are hearing it good and proper. So please, as you're watching this, what do you mean no volume? Can you hear me? Hang on. Oh, you can hear, I'm sure. Oh, sorry. Yeah, hang on. Okay, I can hear it here. So if you can't hear the volume, let me know. But Adekule, oh, there is a volume. I'm sure I just had it just now. Let me just check your end.
To that, we are not going out to vote anything.
So
if that's the only language you understand, we're gonna speak it.
Oh, 1 second, please. Oh, you cannot hear the thing. Let me just check that. 1 second.
Because our lives are important.
Yeah, it is there. We can hear it. So now, just to reiterate the point, he's saying we're not going to vote anything if that is the only language you hear. Again, we support that. We're not voting. That is it. We're not voting. But what we want is a referendum. That is what we will add. We don't want election because the election is a fraud. The constitution is a fraud. The constitution itself is a fraud. I have that constitution somewhere, and I want to just show you why you should not support it. You shouldn't support that fraud. It's a fraud. Let me see if I can get it up. Is it there? Sorry. 1 second. Let me get this to you. Okay. No, not that one. Go back a touch. Okay. Is that it? No, okay. Don't worry. I'll want to just check something quickly here, right quick. I just want to just give you a bit of information about the fraudulent constitution, and that is the basis. You see, the foundation is wrong, and for that reason, we need to break up contraption Nigeria. Now, yeah, 1 second, please. Yeah, admin. Right, okay, here we are. I'm gonna see it come up now. There you go. That is a fraud. On the top of the page, you will see what they wrote. Let me zoom in. On the top of the page, let me zoom in. Let me see if I can. Let me just make this one. Move that down slightly. I want you to just see what they wrote. In fact, I'm gonna do this so that you can see it. Now, I want you to see what they wrote there. And what they wrote there is Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. That is what they don't show you. When you go and look at the Constitution itself, it only shows, and in fact, I'm going to go and do that now. So you cannot support that lie. we should stop supporting a lie. Let's go and get you citizenay.org, and you will see the constitution itself, because this is the fraud that we have been supporting for too long, and we need to say no. We need to say no more. So in the constitution, I'll show you what I mean. In the constitution, you see, it says here, Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999. That's what it says. But the real document that is being used to rule over you is actually a promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, which means it is a fraud. So we don't want any part of one Nigeria. We want a referendum. So I'm bringing that just so we are aware. I'm sorry if I broke up the video, but so let's carry on.
We are people. We want to live, and our dignity is important as well. Our wealth is important. Every part and bit of us is important. Therefore, you must do something to scare our life and to make our security workable. We can't afford to be moving like this.
See?
People bombing our trains, killing our people, kidnapping our people as if there is no government in the country. They can gather information, they can gather intelligence information, they can dispatch information, they can dispatch intelligence information as if they are government of their own. While our government cannot share intelligence information and stop the rubbish on our ways, we can't afford it. I said it, we can't afford it. We need something better than this.
Exactly.
And we deserve that thing better than this. We're going to pray. But we have to tell you the truth. That corruption is everywhere. That is why we are seeing this.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? From the Imam. He spoke the truth there again. He spoke the truth. Corruption is everywhere. Let us listen on.
And you have to do something about it. And you, the citizens, have to start praying.
Look, you can pray, fine, but you need to take action. The action is to wake up everybody in your community. Tell them they have the right to self-determination. We have the right to self-determination. Tell everybody in our community, indigenous people, you have the right to self-determination. Sovereignty belongs to you. When you stand up and you say you no longer want to be part of constructing Nigeria because you're being killed in your land, you have a right to go for self-determination. So this is, yes, pray. But more than pray, we need to raise the level of awareness in all our communities. Very, very important. So it's not about just praying alone. No, more than that. But you can add, you have from him, the whole system is corrupt. We need a referendum.
Seriously. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said,
I'm not interested in all that. No, sorry, me. No, I'm sorry. Fine, but as far, look, for you to pray, you have to be alive. As a Christian, as a Muslim, for you to even think of praying, you have to be what? You have to be alive. You are being killed every day. For you to pray, for you to, as a Christian, as a Muslim, for you to vote, you have to be alive. This government is not allowing, this government is watching us being killed every day. And people are running into the bushes like you see behind me. That's why I put the picture there, to remind us why it is time for us to break up Contraction Nigeria. Break it up. Break it up. We need your help. Help us grow the platform on YouTube, and also subscribe to us on Twitter, Citizen AY, on Instagram, Citizen AY, on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So, and TikTok as well. Sorry, TikTok, I meant to say. So go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on those platforms. It is really, really important. We cannot allow this to continue. So I'm not going to play the rest of that. So the key things are, he said it is corrupt. He said that we can no longer trust the government. They are corrupt. He said that people should not vote. Unless, he said, but I'm saying don't vote. I am saying don't vote, period. Instead, it is time for us to go for referendum. Now, let me talk about that referendum a little bit more. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is the UK referendum. And I'm going to do something shortly. I don't know, but I'll come back with it. But I don't want to reveal. I'll do the big reveal, on that when the time comes. I want to do something here. Can I just do so? Here it is, the referendum. Yeah? And I'm going to do something. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah. I think I should be able to do that. Can I? 1 second, please. Okay, let me just see. Okay, good. Fantastical. 1 second, please. I just wanted to just get something put in place here. I'm gonna go back a touch. Come on. I've done this before. So here we go. Okay. Sorry about that. So let's do this here. Downloads. That's fine. Good. Okay, so now let's go back. So we've done that. Now we've done that. So we can go back to where we were. Now. And I'm going to do something with that. So you see something come up soon, but not yet. Now, I want to show you something. You have the right to self-determination. Please, again, you can see the numbers are down on Facebook. Don't worry about that. Go to Citizen AY on YouTube and subscribe. Here's what you need to do. Just go ahead. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Click the red button. When you get to YouTube, click on it. And I might even go onto the page so you can see. Thank you for those who have subscribed to us. We're grateful, and we're thankful for your continued support. We will not relent. We aim to ensure that we bring you information and facts, and to be able to make us all aware. Now, look at this now. In the UK, back in 2014 or 2015, they said they were going to carry out, they're going to offer the people a referendum. And come 2016, on 23rd of June 2016, they did exactly that. They carried out what is called a referendum. What is a referendum? A referendum is when the government of the day puts a decision in the hands of the people. The government of the day puts a decision on something very important to the well-being of the people in the hands of the people and say, we want to take this action. We are offering you a referendum to decide if you support this, or if you want us to stay, or if you want us to leave. For example, we want to leave EU, but we don't want to just take a unilateral action. We want the voice of the people to be heard. So they carried out this referendum. In that referendum, on the 20th of June 2016, what happened was, just give you a bit of, what happened was, it says outcome to leave UK. Location, United Kingdom. Population, 65 million. Do we know our exact population? Do we? And why is it that they are always pushing forward the census? They never want us to carry election to know the census. It's all trickery. But anyway, that's another story. Now, what I want you to look at now, a simple question. Should we leave or remain? Was the question they put to the United Kingdom people. 17 million, as you can see on the picture there, 17 million voted. Let me drop that down if I can. Yeah, 17 million, you can see that, 17 million decided to leave, and 16 million decided to stay out of the 46 million registered. We don't have the number of people who are registered. In fact, there are more Fulanis registered in our books than the indigenous people. There are more, let me say that again slowly so you understand. There are more Fulanis registered under the registration that Pantami has been putting in place than all of the Southerners and Middle Belts combined. Because that's what they're doing. They're not allowing us to be able to record it in the books. So we cannot trust the record, the population census. We can't trust it. And they say to come and vote elections. And the only ones who can vote are the ones who will have the card. And they are ensuring that the majority of the people that will have the cards are going to be the Fulanis. And that is why we need to go for a referendum. That is why we need to go for a referendum. So we are putting this to you to make you aware of what is being done. So anyway, the upshot is 70 million is more than 60 million, meaning the people who voted for leave, now the government now took action based on, they listened to the voice of the people. The collective voice of the people, the will of the people was what was done. But what is being done right now is the will of a few people who wrote the fraudulent constitution that I showed you moments ago and imposed it on you. And that is why we need to dismantle contract in Nigeria forever. Dismantle it. Okay, so now here's another video that I wanted to show you. Then maybe I'll wrap it up if need, I'll wrap it up and I'll come back later on, probably on Citizen Oduduwa TV radio. But I'll be back. I'm going to be coming out on Citizen AY as often as I can, because we need to get the level of awareness up. And because this is injustice, this is unjust what's going on, and we need to say no. And it is good that the imams and pastors are speaking up, and that, you know, that what we have been saying this for months. We've been saying this for months, and we will continue to speak truth to power. That's what we do on this platform, Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. That is the message. Now, I want to show you something quickly, if I can. Let's do this. Can I do that? Yeah. Okay, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. I'm going to go. I want to show you something that they said this morning. And it's best to illustrate. I don't want to talk too much. There is so many. Look, name any area in that contraption, and you will find that it's all. I'm sorry, what's that? So you'll find that it is all. It's nothing works. Now, so let's look at this now. So I want to show you. This was on Channels News this morning, and I want you to listen to what they were discussing there. Very important things they were talking about. In terms of the health, there is a mass exodus. The government sat by and they watched exodus of doctors leave our nation to go to other countries. But that's the same country that's telling you to believe in one Nigeria. I'm just showing you that so you understand that one Nigeria is a fraud. Now, they're not interested in anything. One Nigeria is a fraud. They are allowing, we need doctors to take care of the health of the people. There should be one doctor to every, I don't know, 500 people. I think it's 5,000 or something, you know, in our place or more, you know. And those doctors, they've gone, you know, and they're not coming back. And the government there's no plan to fill the gap of the doctors that have left, because they don't care. That's your one Nigeria for you. Now I hope I'll get this up and running. Maybe I might have to do that behind it. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's taking some time, but I wanted to just show you that because it was on channels and I shared it. 1 second, please. I shared it moments ago. Okay, it looks like it's playing up now somewhat. Okay, let me just make that small and go here. Maybe it will come up here because sometimes it can be a bit fiddly like that sometimes. So now, let me just quickly show you what I wanted to show you. Then I'll probably wrap it up, and then we'll be back again later on. I'm not quite sure how long we've been on here. I'm not quite sure, but I'll be back later on. But please, what I would like you all to do for us is to share this broadcast, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube, and you'll be doing us a great favor by doing that. Now, let me see. Okay, that's not the one I'm looking for. That's not the one. Where is it? Where is it? Just give me a minute. It'll come up. Not that. I don't know what's going on. That's I'm not quite sure what's going on now. The information I wanted to share with you is somehow missing. But if it doesn't show up, I'm sure I'll bring it up somehow. Now, here we are. That's it. Not that one. Sorry. Oh, goodness me. Where is it now? I just saw it just now. Here we go.
Countries like Canada, of course,
now,
USA, and the United Kingdom. And that's just in the space of 2 years. So 9,000 medical doctors live in the shores of this country.
9,000. Let me rewind it again. Let me rewind it again.
Of Nigerian origin left the shores of this country in search of the proverbial greener pastures in countries like Canada,
on channels,
USA, and the United Kingdom. And that's just in the space of 2 years. So 9,000 medical doctors.
9,000 medical doctors left the shores of Nigeria in the space of 2 years. Now, listen to the next bit.
Leaving the shores of this country in the space of 2 years to these countries. And there are other countries, by the way, but we're focusing on these three. Now, while we can talk about the good fortunes for these medical doctors in those other countries, we need to talk about the, bad fortunes right here in Nigeria. Because for every doctor that leaves, I mean, you don't produce a doctor in a second to replace them immediately. It takes how many years now? Let's subtract ASU strike.
First of all, come on. Okay. First of all, the academic years, then there is the practice.
Exactly.
And,
5 years, 10 years sometimes.
We've had to lose
10 years.
9,000 over
7
2
to 10 years.
That's how many days now? 600 or 700 days. We lost 9,000 doctors. We always said this about calling for a state of emergency in different sectors. I don't know what we would call for the health sector. I was in a hospital recently, a state hospital, and the things I saw left so much to be desired. At the emergency section of the hospital, patients are actually being attended to by just one doctor. Okay, and I mean different patients with emergency the emergency situation. And you know how delicate these things can be. Imagine one doctor having to attend to someone who's got severe ulcer, someone who's just been involved in an accident, someone who's in severe pains. Just one doctor having to run around. I saw the doctor set in a line just outside the emergency center, asking someone, please hold it for me. Then he eventually got something to hang it upon, and the person was just lying on a chair. Another person comes, and he had to attend to about, I think, 6 or more people just at the same time. And that for me was sad, because I imagine that government should be paying attention to these things. Yes, we've heard before that we have enough. I mean, we're good with that. They can keep going. In fact, they even remit. Another side of this conversation is that they remit Forex right back home. So it's a win-win, some would tell you, but there is a situation back home. It's a state of emergency, even more.
Did you hear that? A state of emergency. In your one Nigeria, that they're telling you to vote in it, 2022 elections. Anybody who's telling you to vote, they are fraudsters. They are fraudsters. I'm sorry. Anybody telling you, go and get your PVC, they are not dealing with the reality. Will you see 2023? The rate how things are going. How many people in contractor Nigeria will see 2023? How many? How many people will see 2023 with the rate of killings that is going on? How many? You can only even when you vote, where's the guarantee you're going to get healthcare, roads, hospitals, bridges, schools? Somebody somewhere said we need 300,000 megawatts of electricity, just like they have in Brazil. Guess how much we have? 5,000 maybe megawatts. That's your one Nigeria. Let's speak the truth. Break it up. Break it up. Let's carry on.
And we need to find a way to handle this.
You know, from time to time, I whenever we talk about brain drain, I reference that didn't just start in this republic. It didn't just start yesterday. Do a simple Google search, and the first
I did this morning.
First on the list of your search will probably be Wikipedia's brain drain in Nigeria.
Brain drain in Nigeria.
And this is what you will find. Of course, it is debatable, but then I don't know how many people will be able to debate it. Brain drain from Nigeria is the exodus of middle-class and highly skilled Nigerians, which has been occurring in waves since the late 80s to early 1990s. The trend was initially restricted to certain professions. Now, which was these certain professions? By mid-80s, the background says, medical teachers started leaving for the West and the Middle East.
So start with our education sector, according to that one.
Medical teachers.
Oh, medical teachers.
In other words, consultants.
Oh, right.
And all of them, you know, in that. So this didn't just start. And if you go further down, the number one on the list will still be medical doctors have identified poor working conditions and low remunerations as reasons for emigrating to nations with better working environment, remuneration, opportunities for career progression, and overall improved quality of life. So this didn't just start yesterday, and it's not that we didn't know.
I kid you not, I'm going to read the report to you. This is what I read. Go and read it yourself. It is on there. It is on Wikipedia, just like he said. Let us read it together. Let us read it together. How can I put this? I'll make it small because I don't want it to take the space. Can I? Hang on. Okay, I'll read the top. I'll read from the top. You can see here. So now let me read a bit here for you. I can make it smaller. Okay, sorry about that. No. Now. Okay, now. So, you can see, I'm going to read that to you. Brain drain from Nigeria is the exodus of middle class and highly skilled Nigerians, which has been occurring in waves since the 1980s to early 1990s. The trend was initially restricted to certain professions, but has now become free for all, with the introduction of visa programs in order to fill workforce gaps in developed nations. We are now a feeder nation for developed nations. That is why the likes of myself and others are coming outside, because Nigeria is denying us the right to reach our true potential within our own nation. And you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria. Sit down there. Sit down well. I better park well. So this was sparked by an economic downturn following a period of economic boom in the 1970s and 80s, propelled by the discovery of oil wells in Nigeria. So the oil well now, to ensure that we are perpetually impoverished, the oil well, 80% of our oil, listen, don't even take my word for it, listen to it. Since they mentioned the oil here, let us listen to Pastor Oliboye say it himself. Here we go. The pastor, let us hear him. I'll just to refresh your mind though, to say this is not a joke.
You can't go to Kaduna by road. You can't go to Kaduna by air. You can't go to Kaduna by train. Question number 1, why Kaduna? Question number 2, who is trying to isolate Kaduna? Question number 3, why? Question number 4, after Kaduna, which next? More than 80% of all the oil we are producing is being stolen. And no.
Did you hear that? More. Let me rewind it so you can hear. Listen now.
Is being stolen. And nobody. Oil, we have 80% after Kaduna, which next? More than 80% of all the oil we are producing is being stolen. And nobody has denied it. It came from the government. Number 1, who is the one stealing the oil? Number 2, where is the money going to? 80% of what should have been the income of a nation is going to the hand of some people. What do they want to do with them?
That's your one Nigeria. And you want to tell me you want to continue to believe in one Nigeria? One Nigeria is a fraud. Break it up. One Nigeria is a fraud. I said so. Citizen AY said so. And it's not only me. The pastor who's asking the question now, he no longer believes. He can't come out and say it because it's part of the job people as well. But he's now questioning because he's been forced to say it because the suffering is something that they can no longer hide. So let's
money. Who are the foreign nations buying this stolen oil?
Did you see that? Who are the foreign nations buying the stolen oil? All in the name of, this and that. They are taking your wealth. They are impoverishing us. And nobody's been held accountable. So, the reason I'm showing you that, let me just make that smaller, is it just tallies back to what he was saying. Now, let's go back to the video. Now, let's carry on.
Yes, we can argue that the mid-80s into the late 80s, into the early 90s were years of military rule. Agreed. But we have since moved on.
No, we have not moved on. No, we have not moved on. And that's the thing I'm challenging this. If they are brave enough, they should bring me on channels. If they're brave enough, let me come on channels via, I'm not coming into the country yet, but I can come and talk on air via Zoom or whatever, and I will tell them conclusively why we are not a democracy. I am certain about that. I am 1000% certain that Nigeria is not a democracy but a charade. You see, if you take off the agbada that they use, let's say the democracy, when you see the full-blown agbada, you will think, oh, the man is, it's arrived, it's doing well. But when you take off the agbada, what is beneath it is what you want to know. What is beneath that agbada is actually the khaki, the uniform, the military men. They are hiding the military force that they've imposed on us by wearing the agbada, which is, the agbada is the democracy, let's say. But the khaki is the real people who are oppressing and suppressing us. So I disagree completely with the presenter. I disagree completely. Let's carry on.
1999 until now, we have been in a democracy.
No, we're not.
We didn't know that these things were happening.
We are not in a democracy, and that's the thing. You see, I would like people to exercise their cerebral thinking. I'm showing you. It says so. Promulgation Decree 24 of 1999. But people are not. I bet is not aware of this, or they refuse to acknowledge that fact. And we need to challenge our task as indigenous people, Igbos, Yorubas, Middle Belt, is to challenge that kind of narrative. We need to challenge those kind of narratives head on and tell them and give evidence of the facts as to why it is not a democracy. It is not. We are not a democracy in any way, shape, or form. Zero. Now let's listen on anyway.
I occasionally try to reference some instruments of governance that we have, policies. And if you pick up a copy of Nigeria's health policy now, what are you going to find? First of all, just go and look at the objectives of the policy. Okay. And you just ask yourself if this is futuristic. So the brain drain issue that the NMA is talking about isn't new. In fact, you'll find out that according to the NMA, from the further reports, you'll find out that we understand that there's about 1 doctor to, maybe, is it 5,000?
Did you hear that?
Patients.
So maybe what I saw was even a good scenario. I mean, 1 to 6.
Okay. The NMA was also quoted to have said that Nigeria's ratio of 1 doctor to 5,000 patients falls short of the World Health Organization's recommended ratio of doctors to patients in the country, which should be 1 doctor to 600 patients.
Did you hear that? 1 doctor to 600 patients. World Health Organization recommendation. But in Nigeria, it's 1 doctor to 5,000 patients. In your one Nigeria. In your one Nigeria. In your one Nigeria. That's in your one Nigeria. Break it up. Break it up. If that doesn't make your blood boil, I don't know what else will. Just hearing that. Many people are languishing, unable to get health care because the brain drain, the lack of infrastructure has meant that we have instead of having 1 doctor for every 600 people or 500 people or 6 or whatever it is. Let's listen to it again. 500 people. I think it is. Let me see. 600.
Good scenario. I mean, 1 to 6.
Okay. The NMA was also quoted to have said that Nigeria's ratio of 1 doctor to 5,000 patients falls short of the World Health Organization's recommended ratio of doctors to patients in the country, which should be 1 doctor to 600 patients.
Yeah, 1 doctor to 600 patients. So now, we've now stretched that ratio to 5,000. 5,000. To make you, let us do a little simple, I'm just trying to, 5,000 from 600. That's 4,400 more patients than everywhere else. Can you see the failure? Now, let's carry on anyway.
So,
shocking.
Shocking. Again, look at the policy. I mean, there is absolutely hardly anything that any government will be able to do without a policy. Look at the policy. And this is just, we're talking about health generally. If we decrypt it to primary, secondary, tertiary, I don't know what the figures will say. Mark?
Well, one thing I want you to also look at, and that information which came out yesterday from the NMA, is the year. So they talked about 9,000 doctors living in 2 years, but the years were 2016 to 2018. They haven't given you the statistics of what happened in the year of the pandemic. You know, a colleague and I were making jokes yesterday about how in 2016 and 2018, doctors were going by themselves, maybe writing exams, professional exams, and, you know, looking for visas and traveling out by themselves. By 2020, the countries were bringing planes in the middle of a lockdown where no aircrafts were flying. The countries themselves brought planes to take our doctors away because they had an emergency which they had taken seriously.
So they had an emergency which they are taking seriously. So our own government don't consider our own health an emergency. But you're saying you're with one Nigeria. That's your one Nigeria. That's your one Nigeria. I hope you wake up. That's your one Nigeria. Your own government does not consider your health of priority, but they want you to believe in one Nigeria. They want you to vote. So what exactly are you voting for? When you vote, are you going to get health care? When you vote, let's say you, but that's even if you survive to 2023. Say you even manage to, let's just say, will they give you health care? When they are letting out, their countries are coming into our country, taking out the doctors that we need. Because the countries consider the health of their people an emergency, that they would get anything from anywhere, but not our own. Are we cows? Are we cows? I'm just asking you. I'm just asking you. Are we cows? Ejo, break it up. Eja atuka. Let us break it up.
And we opened our own borders to let in those planes to cart our doctors away. They were even at a point where they were like, don't worry about visas. We'll process it when we get there.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? We open our borders to let them take away our doctors. And they even say, don't worry about visas. We will do it when we get there. Ah! And you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria. Please wake up. I beg, wake up. I beg, just wake up. Just wake up. Don't kid yourself. Just wake up. All I want for you is to just wake up. Wake up. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen Network, the platform where we speak truth to power in conjunction with Duwati Radio. Do me a favor, please. I need your help. I really do. And I want you to help me. Do this for us. Go ahead. Subscribe to Citizen NY on YouTube. Click the red button. Hit notification button. Give us thumbs up. We need to grow the platform. We no longer rely on Facebook anymore. Facebook and up. They're playing the game. As I'm watching you now, we have over 122,000 people on Facebook, and Facebook are only allowing barely 20, barely 30 to see notifications. We are being denied that. So we need your support. As I'm talking to you now, only 28 people are watching us on Facebook. So we don't want to mince words. Please go and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. So now, go ahead. Let me just listen to what she's saying here, and then we can.
What's happening? And then we've seen since that time the massive drive, the massive recruitment drive by countries like Saudi Arabia. Trying to recruit our doctors, not trying,
they're doing
massively recruiting our doctors and taking them out of our country. So I wonder if when our doctors were just trying by themselves, we lost 9,000 to these countries, what did we lose in the year 2020, maybe even 2021? I'm sure that the statistics would even shock us further. And this time around, we saw consultants.
There you go.
When we talk about medical doctors, sometimes, I mean, maybe we're looking at those who are still doing their housemanship, finished their program doing their housemanship, perhaps those who've just finished NYSC. But when your consultants start to leave, when those who ought to be grooming these ones start to leave. When I still remember during, listening to some of the reports that we covered on on the brain drain in the medical sector, in the exam centers. And I remember somebody saying, my professor who taught me came here as well to come and write the exams so that he could leave this country as well. And that was so dampening.
There you go.
I don't know what it would
take,
to be very honest. I listened to...
No, I know what it will take. I know what it will take. Break it up. Break it up. If you're trying to stay in one Nigeria, you won't have an answer. One Nigeria has no answer. The only answer for one Nigeria is to break it up. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, only for time purposes, I'll be back later on. I may be back later. I need to have a bit of a break. Thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please don't forget to do one thing for us. As you're watching, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really do need your support in growing it. As I told you, Facebook are bringing the numbers down on for Citizen AY. So go ahead, subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. We really be great helping us. We truly appreciate your support. So what's left for me to say is thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for watching the broadcast. The people, if anything I said if you don't remember it, the pictures behind should tell you. Those are people running from their homes, from their farms. They are going to hide in the bush to try to hide from the terrorists. And where are the terrorists? Where do they stay? Is it not in the bush? And you're telling me to believe in one Nigeria. I want you to put out that one before as we leave this broadcast. Thank you for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Again, we say it. It's time to break up contracting Nigeria. We need to go for referendum now. Let's work together. Please share this broadcast. Don't forget to subscribe to Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you for watching and goodbye. And for all you on other platforms as well, thank you very much for watching. I'll be back later on. I'll give you more updates. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Fún ẹ̀yin tẹ́ wà lórí Odùduwà TV radio tẹ́tí ń wọ̀ láti ẹ̀kan ẹ ṣeun gan ni adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe darapọ̀ mọ́ wa tó bá ètò àti máa gbé tó wà lórí Odùduwà TV radio tó bẹ́ẹ̀ kan máa sọ léde Yorùbá àmọ́ ilé ó ṣe pàtàkì pé ká gbé wá léde Ìbò ẹ jọ̀ọ́ bá ẹ darapọ̀ ẹ subscribe lórí Odùduwà TV Citizen AY lórí YouTube fún náà pẹ̀lú àwọn àti Odùduwà TV radio adúpẹ́ fún gbogbo àwọn tó ti bá subscribe ẹ ṣeun gan ó dìgbà kan náà ẹ ṣeun.